but when I did start doing engineering, I really liked it.
Okay.
So I used to like the work, everything that was taught to us, the field, and the fact that I could literally get into any other field as well. Like, so I did electronics and telecom,
Yeah.
and but I was really good at coding as well. So
Okay.
I joined Robocon, the Robocon team in college as well, where I used to code, and
Okay. So
that
it
also
was a
helped.
coding club or something?
So Robocon is basically an international competition.
Okay.
All the colleges apply for it, all the state colleges, and you basically have a theme that is given. There's a set of rules that's given, and you need to make a robot.
Okay.
So that was, I think, one of the turning points where I was like, I realized that I'm really good at it, and maybe a career in something like that would help me out in the future.
Yeah.
Other than that, I was also the magazine secretary for the official college magazine. So during that time, I had to do a lot of, manage a lot of people, manage my own time, and balance a lot of things. So I think that was also one of those things that made me realize that, I can actually, I'm good at organization, I'm good at
Time
understanding people
management.
and, yeah, handling things in that manner. So that was, I think, the two major things. Other than this, I did some internships. So I did an internship with IBM. I did an internship with Cognizant,
Just
and the
after the college
Cognizant
or while the college was going on?
in during college as well. So yeah, so I had one rule that I will not let any of my summers like go to waste or anything. So every summer, right from the first year, I started doing internships. In the first year, I did it with a robotics company. That was a very basic kind of internship, more like classes and understanding what the robotics field is all about. I was super into robotics at that time. In the second year, then I did it with IBM. Then I interned with Cognizant, and the Cognizant internship actually turned into a job.
Okay.
So that was about it. And yeah, and I think after that as well, I knew I had to do my MBA. So
Okay. So you knew
while
it all
working,
along.
yeah. So even during my engineering, I knew that just having a bachelor's degree will not
Right.
be enough for this kind of job market.
Right.
And I was not sure if I wanted to stay in tech throughout my life. So I thought for executive roles or more managerial side of things, it's better to do an MBA.
Right.
And of course, I had decided that if I'm doing an MBA, I'll do it from a good college. Otherwise, staying in tech made more sense.
Right.
So there was obviously like a balance that I had to keep. And yeah, so I started preparing for my MBA while I was working with Cognizant.
Okay.
And and then I got an IIM Bangalore, so there was no question. I joined there,
What were your
and
percentiles in all the three categories?
I'll have to find that actually.
Like, you
I
can just give me an idea. Like, were you better in maths or were you better in
Oh yeah,
English?
yeah, okay. So I think I was the strongest in VARC. I had about 99 in VARC.
Okay.
And so cat prep is really more about consistently doing stuff,
Yeah.
and actually not just doing random stuff. You need to have it very personalized to yourself. So someone who may be good at maths, so that person does not need to practice maths so much,
Hmm.
QA so much. That person can maybe focus on the areas that he's weak in.
Hmm.
So that was the case for me. So I knew VRC was strong, and I knew even if I practiced a lot of DILR, I will not be like up to that much marks. So my strategy was to just become the best at what I'm good at.
Right.
So I used to focus a lot on VRC and QA.
Hmm.
DILR was a bit of a weak point for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what about IMB? Like, how was the interview?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
other calls did you get? Like, did you get IMB
Okay.
call?
No, I did not have. So I did not have Ahmedabad call. I had all the other colleges ka calls.
Okay.
New IIMs, IML,
Huh.
KI, everything.
Hmm.
FMS included.
Okay.
And the FMS interview was actually offline. So I had to
Huh.
fly to Delhi for the interview.
Hmm.
That was fun. IMB interview was good. We had some alums also who had joined, and they were very strict. Every question that I answered, they had a cross question for it. So basically, what they gauge is how you think rather than what you say or what you've done.
Right.
So there has to be a solid reasoning behind the things you do. And that is what I found common among all the IIM interviews.
Okay.
They want to know the decisions that you've taken in your life. Why have you done that? Why are you doing an MBA? What is the plans that you have? There has to be a reason, and that was common. And obviously some interviews were stress interviews, some interviews were super chill. I remember my first interviews was for IIT Bombay, and I
It was
was
the
like,
first one for you.
yeah, so the first, basically the shortlist come in different orders. There's no
Right.
fixed A.
Right.
So
For me,
IIT Bombay
like
was
IIT
the.
Bombay was in the last, like not
Oh,
the last
okay.
one, but one of the last fews. So yes,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Okay. So
Mm.
actually, I had this the first one, and
Mm.
I was like super nervous.
Mm.
But so this was during COVID, right? So
Okay.
they even made this virtual waiting
Okay,
room kind
so
of
all
thing.
of those interviews were in online for you?
Yeah. They
Okay.
were all online
Okay.
for me. Yes.
Okay. Nice.
And yeah, so in the IIT Bombay one, they were like super chill when I got in. Like we were by the end of the interview, we were actually laughing at some things.
Okay.
So that was also an interview, and
Mm.
then obviously there was IIM Bangalore on the other extreme. It was a
Huh.
little bit too strict. By the end of it, I was like, this interview did not go well.
Okay. No, actually, they stress you up so that they can just see
Yeah,
your
just to see how
reactions.
you
Yeah.
exactly.
So
So I
that is
think
why.
keeping your calm and
Mm.
uh, knowing your reasons, like whatever
Mm.
you've done, whatever you've mentioned, you should know why you've done that,
Yeah.
and you should be able to articulate it there in front of the interviewer. I think
Right.
these are the things that were really like helpful.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay. And how
and
was your prep?
yeah.
Like during the, you were going to say something? Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just saying ki when I had started preparing for for these interviews,
Hmm.
I had a Word doc. So that Word doc became by the end of it of 60 pages, and
Oh,
I had basically divided my questions into 4 5 categories. So one
okay.
was personal, one was work related,
Hmm.
and one was GK stuff, and one was related to the college or alumni or anything like that.
Hmm.
So in one of the IMs, they even asked me what is the the mission statement for this college.
Okay.
So those kind of things,
Hmm.
and I think that was like really helpful.
Okay.
Everyone should do it. I feel like
Hmm.
whatever is in your resume, if you at least slightly have an idea of the reasons for that, you
Hmm.
can easily portray it in front of the interviewer.
Right. And apart from like most of the people give the, this instruction or like this learning to the students that you should know everything about the, whatever there is on your CV. But
Correct.
mostly people don't tell this, which you've just told that you should also know about the college you're going to be interviewed in.
Yeah.
So if
Definitely.
they ask about the college or the alums,
Correct.
people just stop there and they are like blank.
Exactly.
So this I guess matters a lot. It actually
You're
shows
absolutely
how
correct. So just
excited you are.
imagine in that way, right? You're
Uh,
interviewing for some place that you want to go. How
right,
can you interview for that without knowing about that
right,
place?
right.
So it was good
True.
learning.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was asking about the preparation. So you were working in Cognizant, right? So
Correct.
how did you manage your time? I know you're a great time manager, but still, like, how much time did you give each day? What was your strategy? When did you start? In which month?
Yeah.
And was
Sure,
there any
sure.
mentor or
So,
coaching?
yeah, I actually had a couple of mentors. I used to talk to as many people possible
Okay.
during my prep to understand how people do things differently
Hmm.
and to figure out which worked out best for me.
Right.
I started early in the year. I started preparing in Jan.
Okay.
And from Jan till May, so my first goal was to finish the syllabus once
Hmm.
in whatever capacity possible.
Hmm.
So I used to do that, and like I mentioned, my work was like work from home. It was an online kind
Hmm.
of work. So I used to save up on a lot of time in terms of traveling or any other kind of exertions.
Right.
So I used to make sure that I wake up and study first. Then I used to join my office ke calls and everything and do my work. And I used to always do a little bit extra work, but like I used to tell my boss a little bit less.
Okay.
Maybe don't put this.
Okay, sure.
Anyway, but yeah, it was just like, just on my end, I used to do a bit extra. And
Hmm.
when he used to ask for updates, I used to tell him thoda 70% or something like that.
Okay.
So that I still had the time and I could prepare, do my
Right.
work,
Right.
and nothing else was getting blocked either.
Hmm. Okay.
So that was the strategy. I finished my syllabus by May,
Hmm.
and every Saturday I used to give mocks. Every Sunday I used to spend analyzing them.
Hmm.
Saturday, Sunday, no studies. Monday to Friday, mein hi, all the practice and everything I used to do.
Hmm.
And after every mock analysis, I used to realize, what is wrong, what is weak, and I used to make sure that the questions that I've gotten wrong, I should not get them wrong again.
Right.
Or I used to note a pattern of questions that I used to get, and I knew I was weak at.
Hmm.
So there was a point, like there were some questions I just had like learned the steps. Ki this is how I'm supposed to do such kind of questions.
Okay. Yes, there are a few questions we just muck them up that if this comes, I have to do this. Even
Correct,
if
correct.
we don't know the exact point, like why are we doing it, but at least we find a way to
I was,
give the
yeah. So
answer.
I was a bit weak in math, to
Okay.
be honest. So
Okay.
I used to do that a lot, and
But you covered up in VARC, so I guess that's not a
yeah,
problem.
that
Mostly
is
people
this
have one, either VARC or
one.
maths.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You're
yes,
absolutely correct about
yes.
that. So yeah, I was just like till May I finished the syllabus. Then I only gave mocks and practiced from other books, like all these extra books you get, right? I don't remember the name right now.
Okay.
Uh,
So you
Let
only
me.
practice from books and no any coaching institutes or YouTube
Yeah.
channels
So
or
I had joined IMS online coaching. I
Okay.
attended the classes initially, but then I could not keep up with the speed. Like they were too slow, and they were going to finish the syllabus by October. And
Okay.
I knew a person like me needed more tests,
Hmm.
so I finished it by May, which is what
Hmm.
most folks do actually, because
Yeah,
a lot of
actually.
people are appearing for the second or third time.
Right.
So there's that.
Right.
And yeah, and then after that, I just did my mocks and everything till October.
Hmm. So
So
how
yeah,
many hours did you don't give for analyzing the mocks? Was it a very important part or
yeah.
like?
So for my week, the Saturday Sunday was very important because Saturday I used to give the mock,
Hmm.
which used to be a very exhausting kind of thing.
Okay.
And Sunday it used to be like morning 9 o'clock till afternoon 3 o'clock or something. I used to
Oh.
just be like analyzing the mocks. So every question that was there, if it was
Hmm.
right, was there a better way
Right.
to do it?
Right.
So in the mocks they show how much time you took for each question, right?
Yes.
So you can analyze if someone is taking more, some question is taking more than 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Hmm.
Why is that? Is there an easier way to solve it? If
Hmm.
not, can this question be skipped and should I have taken up some other question?
Right.
So that kind of analysis, because CAT is never about attempting the whole paper.
Right.
It's about
You have to
figuring out
choose.
which questions you can pick and do the
Right.
best.
Right. Selection
And
is much more
then,
important than accuracy there. Like not even
correct.
accuracy, like how many attempts you've done, how many number
Sorry.
of questions you've. It's okay.
Exactly,
Yeah.
absolutely. So that was the case. So analyzing mocks was very important.
Hmm.
If I have left any question, then
Hmm.
why did I leave that question? Was there an easier way to do that question? Was it the right decision to
Okay.
leave that question?
Hmm.
There was that. And then if the question was wrong, then obviously why did it go wrong?
Hmm.
Should I have not picked it? That kind
Okay.
of thing.
Okay.
So this strategy, this analysis used to, I think, really helped me,
Hmm.
because after every mock, I could see that my numbers were like going up.
Oh, so
So
you
that
didn't.
kind of worked out for me.
Okay. You didn't go through
Yeah.
that problem of getting, fluctuation in marks and getting low marks in
So
some tests and high in
yeah, so
others.
initially I had really low score. I mean, I think I started around at 50 percentile or something. It was
Okay.
horrible.
Okay. Yeah.
But then,
It happens for all of us.
yeah. So, but I did not give myself like insane targets. So once first I was at 50, my target was 60.
Okay.
When I consistently got 60, 65 in 2, 3 mocks,
Hmm.
then it became 70, then 75. So
Hmm.
I did not push myself to some unrealistic target and get disappointed and discouraged,
Right.
because there is no shortcut to all of this.
Right.
CAT is basically about being consistent and not just like ऐसे एक बार तुमने कर लिया and you'll get a lot of marks. It's usually not the case.
Right.
So
You have
yeah.
to grow through the journey. Like
Yeah,
even
exactly.
in the last month, I remember I had so I was in college while preparing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I had end semesters and final presentations and all, and I couldn't prepare for like 20 days, and I had
Oh.
lost the touch. And in
Mm-hmm.
the last 5 days, when like 5 to 6 days were left, I started giving mocks, and I was so stressed that this is not going to end well. And
Yeah.
in the last few days, I got like 70 percentiles and 80 percentiles, and
Okay.
was really like I was completely gone. I didn't even wanted to go and give the exam
Yeah.
because I thought that this will never end nicely. But yes, it actually works out if you've been consistent throughout. It like
Correct.
falls into place at some point of time.
Exactly. It does. It
So
totally does.
yes,
And yeah, consistency. I think yeah, cat mein consistency is important.
right,
And even the strategy changes, right? For someone who
right.
wants to go from 50 to 80, there's a completely different strategy.
Hmm.
80 to 90 is something else. 90 to 95 is something else.
Right,
And when you want to go from 95 to 99, that is like a whole new level of game that you have to play.
right, right. And
So,
there's no one way. Like everyone has their own ways. Like they figure
yeah,
out
yeah,
while
definitely.
preparing.
Yeah, exactly. So, sabka
Hmm.
starting point is always like different. So,
Right.
anyone who comes to me and says, I want to start preparing for CAT, how do I start? The
Hmm.
first thing I tell them is pick up last year's paper and solve
Yeah.
it in the given time. Whatever percentile you get in that is your baseline.
Hmm.
That is where you're starting. Someone who
Hmm.
starts at 50 is very different at someone who starts at 95.
Right, right.
And both of them need to have a completely different strategy and need to give different amount of time, different
Hmm.
amount of dedication for preparing.
Right.
So yeah.
Yes, but people like I have talked to a lot of people who are like just
Yeah.
starting. They don't even know what exactly is CAT. So I
Mm-hmm.
tell them to solve a paper, and mostly they don't solve it. They are mostly
Oh.
afraid of getting a lower percentile, and they think that if like I get a 20 percentile, what will happen? I'll not be able to start again or
Yeah.
get motivated.
No, but see,
So
that's the thing, right? That is the case for anything. If you have to do something, you'll have to do the tough things as well.
right,
It is hard to see the
right,
50 percentile, not a joke to see.
yeah.
No, I get that,
Hmm.
but yeah, it is what it is. You've got to go through the tough things.
Right. Okay, and what was your final day experience? Like, at what time was your slot, and how did you experience it? Did you go early, and how was the paper?
Yeah,
Were there any
the
fuck-ups in the
exam.
paper? I'm sorry for the words. Yeah.
No, no, that's okay. No, nothing like that actually. Yeah, of course I went early.
Hmm.
Matlab, I went like at least an hour early.
Hmm.
And I just sat there and I was listening to some music. I was just like, trying to calm my mind.
Hmm.
And it was an online exam only.
Okay.
So everything went smoothly actually with me, touch wood.
Hmm.
So yeah, it worked out. But yeah, I did go early so that I can just see the crowd, take some space, just sit for a minute.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. And during the paper, like, was it
Oh
all
yeah,
how you
during the paper
planned?
I remember there was this DILR ka section was a little bit tough one. It was
Okay.
the afternoon slot I think that I had.
Okay. Okay.
And the DILR, so DILR I was already weak in.
Hmm.
And I picked up one set and I realized that this set is not doable.
Okay.
And in the middle of the set I actually changed it and picked some other set.
Hmm.
I think that was a good decision because it worked out. Because the set that I had picked was actually the difficult one. I shouldn't
Okay.
have.
Okay.
So I panicked a bit. But then the good part is usually that it starts with VARC. And I'm good at it. So I knew ki, "Theek hai, I've done decently well." Like I think I attempted almost all the questions for VARC.
Like
So
starting with VAS is not good for everyone, like people like me.
yeah, not necessarily good.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
but
In my case, it worked out because
yes.
I was okay at it.
Hmm.
And DILR ke baad, I was kind of disappointed ki shit, maybe I will not be able to get the sectional cutoff or whatever.
Okay.
So, but again in QA, I was like, okay, this is fresh start. No
Hmm.
thinking, just let's just go with what we've practiced.
Right. It
So yeah.
actually teaches you to let go of your past very quickly. Like for
Yeah,
me,
because you
VARC was
can't
not that
hold
quick.
up such things and let
Right.
it affect because
Right.
matlab, there's no point, right? Matlab, you never know. And what you're thinking that, this went bad, it may not even
Hmm.
be the case. How
Right.
do you know until the results are out?
Right.
So,
That's
yeah,
correct.
I think having a calm mind was one of the biggest and most helpful thing
Hmm. Yeah,
over
that
there.
helps everyone.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so one last thing, one advice for all the cat aspirants. Like you can give two for the ones who've already started preparing and somewhere in between the journey, and the
Yeah.
other are is for the people who are just going to start it or have just started it like 15 days ago.
Yeah, yeah. So those who've already started it, I would say that, being consistent, stay consistent.
Hmm.
Don't give up in the middle of the year. You just need to, like, even if you practice a couple of questions per day, or even if you give 1 or 2 hours each day, it's fine. But consistently studying is very important for cat,
Right.
and start giving mocks as soon as possible,
Hmm.
because that is the true test of what you are doing, whether you're doing it correctly or not,
Hmm.
and you can change your strategy accordingly. And for those who are just starting, I would say that it's a long journey.
Yeah.
You have to be persistent and you have to stay positive.
Hmm.
Just like given all your just give your best. This cat is just, at the end of the day, it's just a marks, it's just percentile. It does not
Right.
define your career. You
Right.
just need to, like, at least try and give your best. So yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Rajat. It really means a lot to me.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
for
you so
being here.
much. Yeah, thanks for reaching out.